And just some random coffee thoughts before I go in there and pay my dues to this treadmill. And I've given this some deep thought. And before you guys go in the comment section, a peaceful life has not lost his mind. And this is coffee in this cup, not Crown Royal. Plus driving drunk, driving under the influence, it's illegal. Anyhow, and please, kosher clinician and ask your brother podcast and all these therapists in here don't need to contact me. I'm just fine. But just some random thoughts while I'm enjoying my early morning Wawa 24-ounce coffee in the morning. And I've given this some thought. And I've thought about, the movie Dreamcatcher, that alien species, the Ripley parasite to be specifically. And I thought about the jellyback simps. And, there've always been all these conspiracy theories about, that we're not alone out here. And I'm wondering whether or not these guys are truly themselves. For example, look at Tony Gaskin when he attacked CGA. Look into his eyes. And then I want you to go ahead and look at clips of that Dreamcatcher alien and look in their eyes. Don't you see the same semblance of the similarities in their eyes between the Dreamcatcher alien and a guy like Tony Gaskin when he's talking, pandering to women? We know that Dreamcatcher alien affects a lot of these feminists out here, but it's just taking over the minds and hearts. And they're no longer of some of these panda bears and these simps. They're no longer their self anymore. I know there's a profit motive. I know there's all kinds of motives for guys doing that. But I mean, obviously, we understand that the simping forces, when they come out, it is the last effort of fight, or the last effort, because shame has failed, getting guys back on the plantation, getting guys to do certain things, and the guys just don't care. They're in love with their peace, they're enjoying their happiness, they're living the free agent lifestyle. You just can't control men anymore because men respond to incentives. And there's no incentive to live a life with a creature that was raised to hate you and basically tear your soul apart. And it's crazy too, because you see a lot of these guys, many of them, it's like, I'll give you an example. When I used to work the profession, there used to be, in certain cities, they have these jails right in the middle of the city, which is crazy to me. They should be out there in the woods somewhere, especially some of these urban areas. And up like on the 7th, 8th floor in these prisons or jails, county jails, many of these guys have windows, or not windows, but obviously openings, windows, barred, whatever, and they can see outside down the street. So there was the particular city that I worked in, usually some of these dudes would congregate in these areas. What are they doing? Cleaning duties or whatever else while they're locked up. And they would heckle people down on the streets. And the people down on the streets, especially the ones with low self-esteem, will go back and forth with these dudes. And dude will call them fat, ugly, and this, and or they'll say certain things to women or dudes that are fat or man, whatever, and they get mad. But really, these dudes are locked up and they're angry as hell. So there are people who will get in arguments with them and whatever else. And I think at some point in time, the jail put a stop to that. But I'm like, you're arguing with a man that's incarcerated. His freedom is gone. He's hoping for a reaction from you to make his day. He's firing shots from a prison. And guys like Tony Gaskins and the rest of them, that's what they're doing. Tony Gaskins wants to be out here like CGA. Yeah, he's a panda bear. Yeah, he simps for the democracy. But he thirsts. He thirsts for that pre-owned. He thirsts for that freedom. He thirsts to be out here in the Serengeti. That's why you see these pastors and all that. They be pounding these women at these churches. And the guys like him, they catch him with some whores or whatever else. They long to be out here running free. Don't believe all that religion stuff. That don't mean nothing. It's envy. And also, it's what it is, man. Those who incarcerated envy the free. But also, you got to understand, too, there's a mindset, the mentality to control the minds, the hearts, the freedom of men. Men's resources matter. Men's sacrifices matter. Because even with these guys' conversations, it's always women, children, society, what's best for women, children, society. Never what's best for men or what matters to men. But getting back to those types of situations, I'm starting to really wonder about these simps. As there a new species of aliens, the dreamcatcher alien, that has possessed them and they're not themselves anymore? You think about it. I know I'm on some conspiracy theory bullshit this morning. That's me delaying for what's inevitable, which is my workout this morning, which I do enjoy. But peace is beautiful, gentlemen. And there's going to be a whole lot of people trying to shame you, gaslight you, call you all kinds of names, incel, lonely, broke, dusty. In my case, old Gary Coleman or Mr. Cooper. But it should never inspire you to do anything that you don't want to do, which most men cannot be influenced to do what other people wants them to do so that other people feel good in their life and their religious bubbles or in their society and their systems, because everybody's programmed to be in a system. And, we almost like divergence when men act a certain way for self-preservation and look out for themselves, and they fall in love with their peace and they start doing things for themselves. I mean, we encourage women to be self-preservative. That's all they talk about, the women. Like even when that dreamcatcher alien Leslie Jones was making comment the other day about marriage and whatever else, I salute Leslie. I'll give you cheers with my coffee. You're damn right, Leslie. I mean, why would guys push back against women who are saying the things that benefit them? You want to be a part of that marriage industrial complex? You're crazy. They haven't changed no laws. No laws have changed. You're going to get your ass crucified. You want to live with a hyena and get your ass bitten? Or that dreamcatcher alien? You've lost your damn mind. You need to go make a buck appointment with the kosher clinician or Jefferson James or Dr. Ryan Terabin or something like that if you want to live with one of these damn women. They have nothing in them that would make them want to serve you or be a wife to you or offer you any type of fair exchange. Most of these guys are living in hell because they have a severe case of post-nut clarity and their responsibility and obligations are still there. They have to work hard every day, provide, protect, and secure an ungrateful person that's probably disrespect. You know what it is to work hard and transfer your resource or give your resources and take care of somebody that's disrespectful, that you don't no longer like anymore. You don't like them, but you still have to provide for them because you made a covenant before God. You have an obligation, a legal obligation with the state. And men are pretty honorable in terms of upholding their commitment because we don't operate on feelings. And to the point it gets too insufferable and then the guy has to bail or she bails, whatever one ends it. But at the end of the day, there's an attack on men and boys and the attempt to capture, control, and define their masculinity. See, Leslie, everybody can be free. Women can be free. They can say whatever they want. They can be feminists. They can hate men. They can be lesbians. They can be whatever. But you better be traditional. You better get out here in the rain and help that woman change her tire. You better be a sacrificial animal for everything else. And guess what? What are the rewards for that? Old, worn out, blown out, viciously, heavily pounded, pre-owned. Good luck to you guys. The equivalent of $50 on the street. That sound like a good deal? Now, maybe you were affected by that dream catcher alien. Not just Tony Gaskins and the rest of these simps and panda bears. But people that are incarcerated hate free people. They don't like it. They don't want you. The idea that a man like a CGA would live life the way he wants to live life on his own terms, not breaking any laws, but just not signing up to their program. And they see it as a threat to the system. That's what it is. You're not living life according to what they want you to live life. They think your life is, now you talk about the idea of a plantation slavery. They think that your life belongs to them and you should be living the way that they want you to live to satisfy with their belief system. Ta! Who would sign up for that bullshit? Especially in 2026. And what did they have for you? A life of what? Suffering? Because if you listen to some of these guys and you talk about, and listen to them talk, it's almost like their whole, you're listening to bitch-led men. Men that don't see their masculinity as independent of women. They define their whole masculinity, their self-esteem, by having women, even in the black community. You listen to them. Oh, you know what? I get bitches. Box is like $20. You're crazy. Oh, I get more women than you. These dudes my age, old dudes. Game. I get more bitches than you. Get the hell out of here, you low self-esteem. Grow. I look at my salt and pepper on the side. You see a guy like me talk about game? My old ass? Why? At my age, you should have power and leverage. You should be able to command women to do what you want them to do. What the hell would I do gaming some woman? That's why I speak the way I speak. Why? What they can do? Cancel me on YouTube? Why should I be so broke in life that I'd be afraid of being canceled on YouTube? F that shit. I don't care about that crap. I've done my time on the labor plantation to live a comfortable life. Well, you gonna cancel my YouTube channel? What are they gonna do to me? I'm just gonna come tomorrow and talk more trash. So imagine me tell you, a guy after 30 talking about game need to be sent to a mental health institution. After 30, you should have leverage and options, or you've been a lazy bastard your whole life. Now, self-protection game and those types of things, but that means that you have nothing else going on for your life. Because if you did, you wouldn't have to game women. You'd be like, man, look, I'll see you at 6 tonight. I'll see you at 8. I'll see you at 10. And she don't want to do it next. And they will be happy to do it because you have leverage and options. Because you've worked your ass off and you have the self-esteem and confidence to get what you want from women. Not have to mouthpiece shit. Really? Who the hell would invest any time in that? That's time you could be making money, working on projects, working on hobby, or here in the morning, sipping on my 24-ounce Wawa coffee about to hit the gym. Do I look like a guy I'm old, yeah, but do I look like a guy who has time to be massaging women's ears to get some $20 pre-owned box? Mental illness. How that guy, Destro, says, blasphemy. Who the hell would do that shit? You done lost your damn mind. You think that I would waste that time for what? For who? For a box? Insanity. But Gaskins does look like that dream catcher alien. Look in their eye. I'm telling you, watch clip. I don't know which is the worst alien though. Is it the one from Aliens with Sigourney Weaver or the dream catcher alien? The dream catcher alien gives me the creeps because I see it in the eyes of these jellyback simps, these simps enforcers. Salute to Mr. Palmer for that term. Especially when they come after men. When they sit in those cars, like I'm sitting in the car right now talking shit, but they be sitting in them cars, and you look in their eyes, be like, whoa, that's an invasive species. And guess what? I'm starting to believe it now. because they're not themselves. Even my brother, salute to my brother Dom at first. I think he's a good guy. But you see it, look in his eyes. He may have he been talking some jellyback simp activity lately. I don't think he is one. Now, maybe he is. I don't know. But he definitely led by women. And you talk about these matriarchal guys in the black community, especially, those dudes who got their balls clipped completely. You talk about old dudes like me, young black men. Be careful with these dudes like my age. Gen X and Boomer Simps in the black community. You talk about some bitch-led dudes. Be careful listening to these dudes. They'll have you be the biggest jellyback simp on the planet. Run. When you see them talking that simp talk, be careful, man. These dudes, the matriarchal raised dudes, they have you on here in the simp plantation and shit, looking like Boyce Watkins and shit. Oh, I'm happy to get that woman that didn't date me at 25. Yeah. These single moms, look, single moms, maybe if they have grown kids or something like that, and for like old dudes that have raised their kids, and maybe if the woman is like 50 years, 45, and she has a 21-year-old daughter or a 21-year-old son, and you have little kids at home, and some old dudes wants to hang out with her in Florida without the state involved. That was single moms are for. Not for you young, vibrant men with options in life. But you listen to these dudes, and that's why I was so pissed off with Axe brother my brother, salute to him, man, about the benefits of single. Man, that shouldn't even be on the discussion. Don't take that off the table. Go to Asian country or or Arab country. You see they have any podcasts about the benefits of dating single moms? Blasphemy. They'll be what the hell? They'll be like, you jellyback. This is a jellyback simp conversation. It happens. It exists. That's a side conversation. And I think CGA said something the other day. If you really want to deal with, say, relationships and marriage, talk to the teenage boys and girls, the Gen Zs, not these old dudes like me with gray hair and old ass women in the church over 30, approaching geriatric pregnancy. Old dudes, the dudes, it don't matter. Dudes can bring babies all the time. Some of these old ass women, salt and pepper here. They got salt and pepper on their beaver. And you talk, and she over here talking about, I want to get myself a high value man. I want a man to pay 100% of the bill. You ain't got no more eggs. You old. Get out of here. It's insanity. It's absolutely madness. It's like I woke up in a parallel dimension. I want to take a time machine back to the 1992 or something. Old ass women. Old like me. Talking about provider man and 1,000 years old. These people are sick. And these dudes, these panda bears and these simps and having these podcasts with these old senior citizen women. I'm old. Call me old, call me 70, call me bald, whatever. I don't give a rat's ass. But it's true. I am old. But you're old too. But I live in the reality of being old. I don't live in delusional fantasy. I enjoy being old. It comes with its perks. I get to say things like this because I don't have to go to my corporate job this morning, which is a blessing. So I get to have a conversation with you guys. In the morning, before I go to the gym, and say what I feel like saying. The older you get, you start losing the filter. You know what I mean? All that playing the corporate game or playing the professional game and whatever else, saying things that the company wants you to say and whatever else, it goes away. But I'm starting to think, for real, that maybe there is a dream catcher alien, and it's attached to a lot of these jellyback simps and a lot of these modern women, and it's trying to expand its population. And the idea of men living free, it threatens the plans. It keeps the virus down. keeps the parasite in check. And they won't have it. They won't take it easy. And that's why they're attacking men that are free. This is the last stand before they have to completely revamp the whole system and actually show men some respect and offer men some value, some fair exchange. You want men, you got to fix the system that tried to create weak men, which failed. Treat mankind with respect. Start making, when I see videos about how to take care of your man, how to pour into your man, how to keep a man, how to be deserving of a man, I would take people serious. Until then, gentlemen, do like the men in South Korea. Study the men in South Korea. The answers are right there in front of you. The internet has provided them. They just lay flat and they enjoy their women. Whether they're in that nice, beautiful corner of Laos or they enjoy their women in the nightlife, because men have time. You can sit out 2 years, 3 years, and watch this shit from the sidelines while enjoying yourself a little bit, of course. We have time. Men have time. But I'm old. I'm out the game. But the young men have time. You know? They have options and time. Really, the power is in the men's hand, the young men's hand. They could just lay flat for 2 years. Work hard, save their money, invest, and just lay flat. 2 years is nothing in a man's life. But to women, 2, 3 years is a lot. You know, at the end of the day. Anyhow, I've talked enough trash for this morning. Peace and blessings to you guys. I'm about to hit the gym. But a dream catcher, Elliot. Be careful. I'm out.